Hi ladies. This little sequence is for when you're having your period and you might not feel so energized, you might experience some aches and pains, some cramps in your belly or your back. And these poses really help you relieve some of that pain and also increase the downward moving flow in your body. And of course, you don't want to inhibit it, you want to get over with your period as soon as possible. So just join me. It's also a wonderful sequence for when you're about to go to bed, to sleep, and you want to unwind from your day. So start in a cross-leg position, like I'm sitting. If this is not at all comfortable for you, you can always place a little blanket underneath your sit bones. Or you can choose to place your feet underneath your knees. Really rest your knees down onto your feet. And then from there, really ground your sit bones into your mat or your blanket. Lift the chest up, spine is long, crown of the head reaches up. Relax your hands onto your knees and close your eyes. So start to bring your awareness towards your feet. Feel how your feet touch the ground. Feel how your sit bones touch the mat or your blanket. So really feel everything grounding into the earth. And from there, lift the chest just a little bit more up. Keep the navel slightly lifted on your exhalation. Just make your breath really calm and smooth. And slowly open your eyes, rest your gaze down just in front of you. Feel that you can still breathe very deeply even though your eyes are watching something or seeing something. And then slowly place your right hand into the floor. Lean over towards the right. Lift your left hand all the way up. Make a nice long line all the way from your sit bones towards the fingertips. Start to open the chest a little bit up towards the sky, so don't collapse forward yet. Open all the way up. And then slowly on your exhalation, you bring your hands forward and walk your fingertips maybe a little bit more out over your legs. Try to keep both sit bones into the ground, so if you feel that you're coming off of your blanket or mat, just come a little bit higher. That's also perfectly fine. So you want just to work with where your body is at. Don't go over it, don't go beyond your edge. Again, focusing on everything that is touching the floor, touching the earth. And then slowly walk your fingertips forward towards center. See if you can walk them a little bit more forward. If your sit bones lift away from the ground, just come a little bit more back up. Try to keep your shoulders down and back, the crown of the head lifted. Don't bring the chin all the way up. Bring the chin just in line, the neck in line with your spine. Start to release some tension in your upper thighs and your inner thighs. And then on your next inhalation, you walk yourself towards your left leg. So again, try to really lengthen your spine, and then from there, maybe fold a little bit deeper. If that's not possible, don't worry. You want to go with where your body is at, especially this week, but actually always. You breathe in into your belly, into your back. And slowly place that left hand next to you. Open the right arm all the way up. Really reach with the fingertips. Make a nice long line. Don't really hinge into your lower back or side flanks. You want to lift both sides and then fold. And then you inhale slowly, come up. And then bring the soles of your feet together. So see if you still want to sit on your blanket. If not, you can remove it. Place the soles of your feet together. Open the knees out towards the side. If you feel that you're sitting like this, then you do need a blanket underneath your sit bones. That will really make a lot of a difference. So don't worry about how how you're sitting. Just try to focus on releasing your hips down. So again, also focus on the downward moving energy. You can grab the inside of your feet, you can grab your ankles, you can roll your shoulders down and back. So from your sit bones, from the pressing down into the ground, you try to lift your chest. You make yourself really long. And then you start to flow forward a little bit. So really like you're opening your heart towards the ground and then slowly waving back up. So really make it a fluid motion on your breath. Let the movement follow the breath and not the other way around. So you inhale forward and you exhale up. Last time, all the way forward. This time you can stay here if that feels comfortable in your lower back. If you feel that you're rounding, then just come up a little bit higher. So see where your body is at this moment, this point. Might be different from yesterday or tomorrow. Body's always changing. Feel the weight of your breath inside you. Even though you're holding a pose, it doesn't have to be a statue. So there's always a little movement, a little motion. Maybe you cannot even see it, but it's always there. Your breath is always moving. Releasing a little bit more into your upper thighs. And you slowly start to rise up towards sitting again. This time stretch out your legs into a V. If your V looks like this, that's totally fine too. So try to make your sit bones a little bit higher by placing a little blanket or pillow underneath your sit bones. If you feel that your back is really rounded, so you really want to lift up from your sit bones. Again, grounding into the floor means lifting up with the chest. So here you just start to really ground the backs of your legs into the floor. You cannot see my feet, but they're flexed, so they're not floppy, because what that means is your legs will be floppy too. So your feet are really active, your toes are pressing up without any strain. Just make them enthusiastic a little bit. And then you start to walk forward again with your hands. So see where you're arriving. Wherever you arrive is good, is fine. And see if you can relax in the place that you're at right now. So maybe after a few breaths, you might walk your elbows all the way down. You don't have to press your chest towards the ground, there's really no need. If you can and if it feels comfortable, of course you can do that, but you're not a better person when you can touch the floor. Few more breaths. Really breathe deeply all the way down towards your sit bones. Keep those feet active, face relaxed. And then you slowly start to walk your way up. And then remove your blanket underneath you or your pillow. And we'll take a little mermaid pose. So bring that left leg in front of you like you're doing a pigeon pose. And that right leg goes in a nice angle next to you. If you feel that one of your hips is going up, like mine, again you can place a little blanket or block underneath you. So see that you can really ground again with your sit bones. That's really key here in this little sequence. Again, really lift your spine up, so be a nice, pretty mermaid, even though you might not feel pretty this week. That's totally understandable. And then start to shift a little bit more over towards that left leg. And see if you can place your right hand just behind your leg. Lift up from the spine, from the sit bones, and twist. So twisting is really relieving some pain in your belly, some cramps. And this is just because cramps are stuck energy that's not moving. So with twist you bring new fresh energy, new fresh blood towards your abdominals, towards your intestines, towards everything in your belly. And one more breath here. And then you slowly let go, and immediately you start to walk forward again. This time you really release over your legs. See if you can touch the floor with your head. If not, it's totally fine too. And then you slowly bring yourself up. Switch sides. So bring that right leg in front of you. The left leg is back. Again, if one of the sit bones is lifting, place a nice little blanket underneath the sit bones that you can ground into the floor. Start to lift your spine up. Breathing into your chest. And then start to twist towards your right leg. So bring that navel up and in just a little bit, don't exaggerate. And then twist all the way over. So your twist comes from the belly, not so much from the shoulders. I mean, twisting from the shoulders, that's not really helping your abdominals. So try to twist from your navel, and then the shoulders and the head follow. Again, feel all the points in your body that are touching the floor. And you might hear some noises and some nice sounds around me. They're working in my house. So just focus on your breath here. And then slowly start to fold forward over that right leg. Wherever you are, maybe you want to lean onto your elbows, maybe you want to rest your head down, whatever is good. And slowly rise up and unwind in your pose. And taking your final position, your child's pose. This is a really relaxed child's pose because you're going to use your pillow when you have it. You can also just make a nice mountain of blankets, whatever you have that is comfortable to lie on. So place your big toes together behind you. Sit down into your heels. And then start to walk forward into your child pose. So since the pillow is here, you want to rest one cheek into that pillow and really rest down into that pillow, into your blanket. While you're still keeping your sit bones grounded. So imagine there's a yoga teacher or someone pressing your hips a little bit more down. Maybe you have someone around that can do it for you. If not, just really focus on breathing towards the back of your body, towards your kidneys, lower back. And making sure that you switch sides after a while, so you lift your head again and you switch sides. So you can really stay here as long as you want. You can maybe even fall asleep here. Just rest here, feel what is comfortable for you. And after a while, you're coming out of the pose, placing your pillow away, bringing your knees together. And just resting one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Feel how your breath moves in and out of your belly and your heart. Place your hands together in front of your heart. Bow down your head. Again, gaze inward with the backs of your eyes. Namaste.